Hello everyone, it's Retraction and welcome to a Kenner Star Wars review. And I am just, well, why the hell not? Let's do a review on the Kenner Star Wars Stormtrooper, released by Kenner Products in 1978 through 1985. This guy was available on the Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi and The Power of the Force card. And infamously doesn't hold his blaster very well, as you can tell, and he always misses his shots. Yep, trying to hold his blaster. But here he is. This is the Kenner Stormtrooper, the first ever Stormtrooper action figure. It's really cool. Of course, this guy is a classic, and he's quite valuable in the secondary market because of his white plastic yellowing over time, and him being a troop builder and all that. And in fact, Kenner never made a 3-pack or 4-pack or 2-pack for that matter of this figure. It was a real shame, but they always showed you having hundreds of him, legions of them. Of the Emperor's finest troops. Get the reference? Yep. The forces with this figure, because as you can see, we've got a really cool head sculpt there. The head doesn't turn, which is interesting. I don't think it turns. No, it doesn't. This guy isn't even 5 POA, if you would call it. But we do have Kenner's, well, Imperial Blaster, which they use extensively in Star Wars and the Empire Strikes Back series. So let's have a look at this thing. There it is. It's like a grey colour. Yep. So there's the blaster, and it will go in his hand like that. Though his hand doesn't seem to hold it very well. So that's interesting. However, it might depend on just how you have it in there. Because I can see now he's holding it quite well, and he's ready to take someone out who's standing on there, who's on their knees. Because they're meant to be executioners, not really, you know, troopers, and that, they're firing from a distance and all that. Well, you can see he looks great holding his blaster. Some really cool detail on him. This guy is, I believe, Hong Kong. I have to say, his blaster doesn't stay very well in his hand. Oh, there we go. As you can see, he's got some great detail in there. Got the white armor, some nice detail on his legs. And on the back, got more detail than that. It's quite cool. And we have the date stamp. You'll see he is Hong Kong. It's not showing up. It says 1977 Hong Kong. Of course, this was released in 1978 because there were no figures ready. Canada did not have any figures ready for 1977. Why is it so difficult? I'm trying to bring up the thing. There you go, you can just make it out there. And there it is. The troop builder that started it all. The Kenner Star Wars Stormtrooper. Now, obviously, I don't know what year this guy is. I mean, it says 1977 on the back, even though it came out in 1978, of course. This was the year before, when they were making them still. Production, all the rest. But I don't think they ever changed the date stamp when it was, you know, available through 1985. So I don't know how you're supposed to tell which Stormtrooper you have unless you have it on the card back. Or the card back with it, that is. Anyway, this has been Retraction with the Kenner Star Wars Stormtrooper figure. Obviously, one of the best action figures of all time. And one of the most iconic. I don't quite understand why it can't hold its blaster. I'm not sure if this is a problem or not with this figure. I think it's a problem of all mine. I think I have two Stormtroopers. One's slightly yellowed, and then you got the Power Force 2 and Solo Stormtrooper Disguise, and the Luke and Stormtrooper Disguise from Power Force 1985. So got a good army of these guys, but they are hard to find. And I only have two actual Kenner figures. The other sort of, you know, variations of the Stormtrooper. One of them is Luke in Stormtrooper Disguise from the Power Force line, and then you've got the Power Force 2 Han Stormtrooper Disguise. So they don't count really, but they can double up as extra Stormtroopers. But in fact, I am going to bring that figure up if this figure would like to stay up. That is because I do want to, of course, do a comparison with them. Being is the only two variations of the Stormtrooper in the vintage line, unless in the Kenner Star Wars line, unless you count like the Type 1 version, and there might be differences of paint ups and stuff. But as you can see, the Luke and Stormtrooper Disguise is this one. This is the Kenner figure, the Kenner Stormtrooper, and as you can see, the helmet is a lot bigger on the Luke and Stormtrooper Disguise because it comes off. The helmet seems very white for this figure. It might be a reproduction. Hope not. I don't really want any reproduction pieces. That's just me. I have no issue with anyone having reproductions as long as you don't sell them as original figures or original parts. But I can see there the Stormtrooper helmet has gone through a bit of an evolution, probably because it needs to fit on Luke Skywalker's head. But overall, it's almost like the same figure, and it doubles up as a Stormtrooper quite well. They can both hold out their weapon, well, both hold their blasters quite successfully. I think it's the exact same blaster, just in a different colour, possibly. As you can see, they both are ready to take out the rebels. So yeah, this has been Retroaction with the Kenner Star Wars Stormtrooper. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time with another Kenner Star Wars figure. Or another Transformers figure. See you then. Bye.